Mis amigos del mundo digital. My friends of the digital world. Estimados amigos, vamos a continuar esta ronda de conversaciones de quienes se atrevieron a contestar mi invitación a conversar para mi sección Mis amigos en el mundo digital. Y hoy día vamos a conversar con Rosie, quien se contactó conmigo. Ella es de California y me ha contado cosas muy interesantes de su vida que me gustaría conocer con ella. Rosie, encantado de conocerte personalmente y cuéntanos un poco una introducción, una biografía. ¿Dónde estás? ¿Qué haces? Un poco y después desarrollamos otros temas.
Sí, muchas gracias, señor Toledo. Me llamo Rosie.
Por favor, llámame Carlos nomás. Nada, señor Toledo, eso era para la escuela cuando uno tenía profesor.
Ay.
Ok, Carlos.
Wow, mucho gusto.
Carlos.
Carlos, mucho gusto.
Gracias.
Yo vivo aquí en California Sur, en un chiquito ciudad, Ventura County, California. Y estoy estudiante to become a special education teacher. In English, it's a teacher to help those who need more assistance to learn in school, en la escuela.
Here in Chile, we call that staff estudiantes con necesidades educativas especiales. Okay, go on with your intro.
Okay, tengo 31 años. Y también me gusta ir a la playa, va a comer con mis amigas y yeah, very simple life here.
Yeah. It's a big city. Where do you live?
No, I live in a very small beach town, a very small community.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, so you can walk around and watch and greet your friends.
Not walk around. I have to drive.
Yeah, long distances. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, so anywhere here, it's like 15 minutes to get anywhere.
Yeah, okay. Well, now the idea is to ask my interviewer memories about your primary school and secondary school, and to talk a little bit about the school system in your area, in your state. In English or
Sure.
Spanish?
Okay. Well, I grew up actually in New Jersey on the East Coast. So my primary school days, when I was from kindergarten to about 6th grade, I went to school in New Jersey. I went to a small school in Newark, New Jersey called Wilson Avenue. It's a beautiful school. I really enjoyed having a very small community with my teachers and my friends. Everybody knew each other.
Yeah.
You know, everybody was very culturally aware. So mucho cultura, a very mixed variety of people, very many Latinos, South American, Latin American, European. We had a lot of Italians and Polish in school. I had an Italian teacher. A lot of my teachers were bilingual, so it's surprising that I don't speak Spanish fluently.
That's good.
But I will. Eso es mi meta por este año, es hablar más en español.
I think in the future you're going to tell me your story. Why do you speak Spanish? Your background, your culture, your roots. It has to do with Spanish.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, more about your schools. You see, the primary school was from one grade to 6.
From kindergarten.
From kindergarten. Okay. Yeah.
Sí. So I was in New Jersey from kindergarten until 6th grade, and then I moved out here to California. I was in another town like for 1 year, and then I didn't like it, so I went back to New Jersey to finish my schooling. I finished my 8th grade graduation with my friends and my community in New Jersey. And then after that, I moved to California for high school.
But the whole family moved to the city?
No, my dad is in New Jersey and my mom is here in California. So my parents are separated, and that's why I always went back and forth.
Right.
So it was very busy as a kid, you know. excuse me, going back and forth. But ultimately, when I became an adult for high school, I moved here with my mother in California, and I went to high school here.
Yeah.
And man, it was a big change, big changes.
Sure.
I felt different in school because, you know, I didn't know anybody. I didn't grow up with the people here in California. So I felt a little bit
New
left
friends,
out.
all that stuff.
Yeah, I had to make new friends. I was going to a new school.
New
Even the
network.
education system is different. The layout of the buildings are different.
Yeah.
So it was difficult. It was hard,
Sure.
but I learned.
Yeah, that's good.
I
That's
learned.
okay. So all your high school, you did it there in California?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Now,
4 years.
I would like to know when you discover, when aroused the idea to be a teacher in your mind. Why? What was your inspiration? If there's one.
You're gonna laugh because I never wanted to be a teacher.
Yeah.
I never thought about becoming a teacher. It came to me. So after college, I studied psychology in college.
Yeah.
So after my 4-year degree, I continued into the field of behavioral therapy. I'm not sure if you know what is behavioral therapy, but pretty much my job at the time after college. Sí,
Terapia
lo
del
mismo.
comportamiento.
And por los estudiantes que tienen o por los clientes que tienen autismo o otra cosa que necesitan más ayuda
Correct.
en la casa o con comunicación o con la escuela.
But did you do that
cual cosa.
privately or for an institution?
When I graduated from college, I got hired with a business who is a private company, but we were funded through the county of Ventura, which is the county that I live in.
Yeah.
So we did home visits to help students to find better means of communication, better means of learning, better means of expressing themselves in a positive way. That was my field of study. After that, I found a job in the school district, maybe like four years later after college, right? 4 years later, fast forward, I found a school doing almost the same thing. They call it a para-educator.
Yeah.
And so I was the assistant in the special education classroom. And I thought maybe this is not for me. It's very difficult, you know, running after kids, teaching them to behave.
Did you have to work inside the classroom with the kids, with the teacher?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, with the teacher, we are a team. So we would work together to help our students. Yeah. So, you know, that was something that I thought maybe is not for me. It was very difficult because my students were very severe. They were handicapped or they have like Down syndrome, but they're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful students. And they taught me a lot. And I became very compassionate towards this community.
Sure.
So after we closed the schools for pandemic, for COVID, I went for distance learning. So now we are learning online via Zoom, you know, trying to help them learn online. And that's really, really challenging for somebody who maybe doesn't understand technology.
Teacher, I think everywhere. Yeah.
Yes. And so I found out that I'm really good with technology.
Yeah, that's good.
So for me to help our students learn, I was the one now in charge of adaptive technology, things that can help you to help yourself to become more independent.
Wow, yeah. Special
so a lot of our students
special
now,
interfaces.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
For example, the students that I work with now are in the resource classroom. So now instead of working with the little ones, I have the older 6th, 7th, 8th graders. And my job now is to help them understand how to become more successful in their academics with the use of technology.
Sure.
So for example, you know, using the Google platforms to create paragraphs, to learn how to write, to learn how to correct their spelling, because, you know, you don't have to be perfect. The internet will help you.
I
So
use a
it's a
lot of
beautiful
all the
thing.
stuff that AI, you see, translate stuff. There's so many
See,
good tools.
Google Translate, Google, everything Google, and also with Zoom, for them to be able to call me. They say, hey, Miss Rosie, I need help on my homework. Can you help me? Yes, let me turn on the Zoom. I'll help you, right? Any time of day. It's wonderful. And they're getting there.
I would like to know about something about technology in your field of education. How is technology there? And there is support from the authority, from the school department, from the district department of education for technology?
Yes, actually, the special education department is separate funds, has separate money that can go towards the students' education depending on their needs. So because if they have like a special need, for example, if they are hard of hearing, or if they are visually impaired, like they are not able to see well, there is funding to purchase certain applications that will magnify or to amplify the sound, things like speech to text, to talk, and it will read it out loud for you, things like that.
Yeah. And you, teacher, have to train by yourself, or there is a kind of plan training for the teachers to use technology in the teaching?
That's actually something that is up and down. Sometimes there's a person who can support the training, but most of the times that ends up falling on the school itself. So between the specialists like speech pathologist, or the occupational therapist, or the special education teacher, or whoever the technology specialist on campus is, and myself, which is the paraeducator, we have to teach ourselves so that we can teach them. Because something you have to remember about technology, you can do so many things, but if it's not helping you, then it becomes more of a problem. It becomes overwhelming. Too many options, right?
Yes.
So we want to narrow it down in order for it to be the most successful, the most useful to the student. What are they going to use it for? Those are what we focus on.
The teacher must have the clear the goal, how to focus in the educational
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because I'm remembering that here in Chile in 1997 started a national program from our Ministry of Education. Well, put computers technology in the entire country. It's a long process. Year by year there were ¿Cómo se dice? Aumentar. Aumentaba la cantidad. Augmented the amount of school who were belonging to the program, and the teacher had 2-year training about how to use computer. And I remember that I was one of those teachers because I've been liking computer for a long time. And there was a university here in Chile, the USACH. They implemented with a special department, and there was a national planification. In every area of the country, throughout from the north to the south, there was a university who was prepared in order to go to the schools, primary or secondary, to do the training of the teacher. And
very nice.
What's happened with my screen? It was blocked out. Well, I'm okay.
I still see you. I still hear you.
Yeah, okay. So, what is the other question? Your experience, your vocational stuff. So, well, you have something a little bit about it. Your professional work. Where have you been working in your area? Tell me something about the field of the working stuff. Different from when you were studying in high or superior school, college, university. How is your life as a worker, as a people working in education? That's the question.
It's up and down. Of course, there's positives and negatives. Right now, I'm working only part-time because I'm going to school in the evenings online. So my work and life balance is a little bit crazy right now. Unfortunately, the school district cannot offer more hours in order to be full-time because of our funding and money and the government politics
sure.
and things like that. So I wish I could work this position full-time because I really, really enjoy it. I really enjoy being with the kids. But I've worked for the school district now for 5 years, and I'm hoping that they will make some positive changes. They need to better support their staff because we are always showing up for our kids every day. If you think about it, we see the kids more than their parents.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
They're with us all
Because
day, every day.
You live most of your time with the kids, yeah.
Right.
It's happened, yeah.
And so my experience has been positive, but I know that, a lot of people are having a difficult time with COVID and lack of job opportunities. And losing their jobs. There's a lot of people who went on unemployment. So I'm very blessed to still have my job and to have job security with the district.
Yes.
But we do want to see a better income. We want to see better support. And we want to see also benefits, like retirement and things like that.
Yeah, I had another friend of Tandem that is a doctor. I don't know the place in the US. And yesterday I sent an invitation if you have time for this kind of interview with my friends. But she told me, no, I'm too busy working at the hospital 80 hours a week because of the COVID, because of the COVID stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think it's okay. Yeah. You see in Chile right now, this time people are raising the people with this stuff. Goodness. Well, I think it's time for our last topic to discuss. Tell me something about your hobbies, things that you like, and not related with your job, with your interests. Perhaps you are an artist in, I don't know, in some stuff for picture, musical stuff, you see. Whatever you want to tell me, interesting.
Sure. Of course, por supuesto.
Well,
me gusta.
En Spanish. ¿Tú tienes actividad cultural donde tú vives, me cuentas? No, eso era en Nueva York, en New Jersey.
So my hobbies, let me start from the beginning. My hobbies include going to school. I'm always in the school. I work in the school and I'm going to school. No tiene tiempo para otra cosa. Todo estudiando todo día, toda la noche.
Recuerdo una vez que leí por ahí, feliz aquel que puede decir de que su trabajo es un hobby y que su hobby es su trabajo. Porque a mí me gustaría que por lo que hago, por conversar, por mi canal de YouTube, tuviera un salario. Vamos a ver si algún día puedo ser un rico y famoso youtuber. No creo, pero... Así que, ¿cuáles son tus hobbies?
Well, they always say, if you love your job, then you love your life, right?
Sí.
It's the same. So my hobbies, I love to go to the beach. I live very close to the beach, about maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So I love to go to the beach, just go walk, swim. Sometimes in the summer when it's warm, it's very cold right now. I like to listen to music and spend time with my family. I have, like you said, I have 8 brothers and sisters, so it's always a party.
A ver, dime esa historia que tú dices de que tu abuelito vive en Iquique, en Chile. ¿Cómo es esa historia? A ver, tus padres...
Sí, mi abuelo...
¿Ya?
Mi abuelo es ahí en Chile. Mi padre es medio chileno, medio ecuatoriano. Y mi mamá es de Filipinas.
¿Y dónde se conocieron ellos? ¿En Estados Unidos? ¿Tus padres?
Sí. Mi papá es ahí en New Jersey, mi mamá es aquí en California. Mi abuelo vive en New Jersey también, pero cuando when he retired, ¿cómo se dice retired en español?
Cuando él se retiró, cuando él retirado.
Okay. Cuando él jubiló,
cuando él se retiró, cuando él se jubiló, jubilarse.
Se jubiló, se fue para Chile.
Él decidió venirse para Chile. ¿Y acá tiene más familia él? ¿Más parientes? ¿Más familia?
Sí, tiene más familia, una hermana, I think, ahí en Chile también, y no más. solo una semana.
¿Y tú has tenido la oportunidad de venir a Chile? ¿Te ha interesado venir a Chile?
Sí, me intereses. No sé cómo hacer los conjugations. But yes, I would love to go to Chile. My plan actually was to go to Chile last year, but then, again, pandemic, the world shut down, so I have to wait until they open again.
¿Y tu interés por el idioma español, de dónde viene? ¿Por la comunidad, muchos latinos, por tus padres? ¿Cómo aparece el interés por el español?
I should speak more Spanish because my family is Latin American, right? I would love to learn. My dad speaks, abuelo speaks, everybody on my dad's side, mi tía, tíos, todos hablan español, pero yo, porque tienen parientes de Filipinas y también Latinoamérica, es muy difícil. Cuando yo
tengo entendido que fue
mi mamá es de
por los
Philippines.
españoles 500 años atrás también. Parece que tienen raíces de España. No, sí, alguien me dijo eso. Me escribió algún amigo de Filipinas. Sí, de que 500 años atrás los españoles estuvieron por Filipinas. Vamos a ver, preguntarle a don Google si eso es cierto.
Well, in the Philippines, when Spain conquered the Philippines, the language mixed. And so there's a lot of Spanish words in the Philippines como like maleta, basura. Las palabras son similares. And, pero cuando estoy joven, when I was little.
Cuando yo era joven, cuando era pequeña. ¿Sí?
Cuando era pequeña, estaba muy difícil para aprender español o tagalog, porque mis parientes son, diferentes, culturas diferentes. And so they said, you know what, I don't want to confuse them, let's just speak English.
Yeah, sure, that's a good decision. Because, well, yesterday I was video chatting with another lady from the US. And we were discussing about those topics. How can you develop or acquire a second language or another language? And the lady was very informed. They were reading a lot of stuff. Sent me some guy who has some hypotheses about that. It was quite interesting. So your father made the decision, only English, we don't confuse our kids.
Well, he tried he actually, when I was a baby, he only spoke to me in Spanish, of course. But then my mom said, hey, I don't understand what you're saying. So that's when they started speaking to me in English. And, the same for my mom. When I was little, my mom speaks to me in Tagalog, the language of the Philippines.
Wow.
And so I understand a little bit of both sides, Spanish and Tagalog.
And
but in my brain, it gets all mixed up. And so I have a hard time with conjugations or the feminine and masculine, things like that. So it's time to learn. Now that I'm old enough, I'm not going to be confused anymore.
Because you can confuse your students.
Right. And then, you know what? In high school, I took French. So even more confusing.
Oh my gosh. I'm only trying to learn a little bit of English. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, your English is great.
Yeah, really? Yeah, that's made me happy. And I think the last question. Have you had the chance to visit another country, Europe or something like that?
Oh, yes. So when I was in high school and I took French, actually, I qualified to go for the program in France for 10 days for the cultural experience.
Sure.
So I visited Paris, Normandy, all around France. I visited all around France.
With high school group?
With my high school group, yes. There was my professor and 10 students, and I got to be one of the 10 students.
Wow. I think it was a
beautiful
good experience.
There.
Yeah.
Beautiful experience. Wonderful food. The food is amazing.
Yeah. And also
I've also been to
wines.
Ecuador, of course.
Ecuador.
The wines, oh my God. I've been to Ecuador. In Quito is where my dad's family is still there, my abuela's family. And I was only 3, so I don't really remember much. Yeah. But I want to go back. I need to visit again. Y también fue para Brazil. I have a sister and a brother.
You are a
in Brazil.
citizen of the world.
I really am. You know, the next trip hopefully is either Chile or the Philippines.
Right. Okay.
Hopefully sometime soon.
Well, I think your life, your career is quite interesting for me. I hope that
Thank you.
my audience on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to send you the link to tell to your friends. I was interviewed for a crazy Chilean YouTuber teacher.
Nah, not crazy. Otherwise, everybody's crazy. You know what? My abuelo is pretty crazy too.
Yeah.
Los chilenos.
Sí. Bueno, Rosie Bustamante. Sí, pues tienes un apellido chileno, Rosie Bustamante. Ha sido un agrado conocerte. Te felicito por tu vida, tus actividades, tu disposición a comunicarte con un extraño. A veces a algunos amigos les cuesta comunicarse. Así es que te agradezco mucho y bueno, y seguiremos conversando in English or in Spanish because I want you to, the next time, please correct any mistake that I do in my English development. It's helped me a lot.
We're going to teach each other. That's what teachers do.
Yes. And also you want to learn more Spanish. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Anything to add?
Muchas gracias, señor Toledo. Y hopefully we do it again.
Sure.
We'll update next time.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you. Esto fue Mis Amigos del Mundo Digital. My Friends of the Digital World. Si le gustó el video, dele un me gusta, comparta en redes sociales y suscríbase a mi canal. De esta forma, estará ayudando a Profesor YouTuber retirado. Muchas gracias por su atención.